At the end of the day, this was the only family I was ever going to be offered. And we'd hurt each other deeper than anyone ever should. But we were still blood. Real blood, it turned out, even if I didn't like the source of my origins. I knew it didn't change the way Luther felt about me. There was something rare about that, too. No money in this world could buy that kind of unconditional love. Through all the hate and blind anger I'd thrown at him over the years, alongside the bullets I'd hurled at his gang and the trouble I'd caused in his home, he had never once cut me off, never turned his back on me. He'd waited me out, assured that I'd come back one day, and fuck if I hadn't thought he was delusional, but it was pretty hard to call him that now when he'd been damn well right all along. That was a part of why this was so hard letting them back in, because I wasn't one who took being wrong easy. But was I really going to let my stubbornness leave this wall up between me and my family so we'd never be truly whole again? So I'd always be left on the outside at a distance to the love we'd all once shared? I searched for the right words, but nothing came. The silence wore on, and Luther continued standing there with his arm around my shoulders while Fox stroked Mutt, and all the bad blood we had between us just sat there, stagnating. How was I supposed to clean it out? What was it going to take to fix this once and for all? I thought back on my childhood, a time when we'd been good. Then to the years when we grew into teenagers and Luther started pushing the gang life on us. It wasn't bad, though. Yeah, we had our fights. Fox and I fought back against Luther's demands, rebelling whenever we could. That was the way of teenagers, wasn't it? We'd still had our good times during all that. Luther taking me off occasionally, training me up on guns and knives. He brought me on gang business sometimes, too. Let me see the darker side of his life, and honestly, I'd liked it. I was made for it, just like he said, even if I didn't want to admit that back then. Because no kid wanted their life planned out for them, especially when I had plans of my own with my friends. We dreamed of something bigger for ourselves, but we had never worked out quite how we'd all get there. And in a roundabout way, I guess we'd made it now. Or at least we had a chance for it. Didn't we all say once that we live in a big house together and chase every dawn into existence, live like those kids did? Always? This was it. Our arrival into that. The opportunity. Finally waiting with open arms. And yeah, maybe some of us had gotten here by traveling separate paths, our feet dirtied by the roads of despair and suffering we ended up on. But the point was, we were all here now. So I had to seize this chance with all I had. For the kid I'd once been. Because I owed him that much. My tongue loosened at last, and I drew in a breath as I fought through my stubbornness, hoping this would heal us. I want a fresh start, I announced, and Luther raised his brows, but I barreled on before he could speak. I want camping weekends and sailing in the afternoons. I want to ride in your truck and go shooting tin cans out in the woods. I want to stay here in this house, and I want it to be my home again. I want to stay here, Luther. I looked him dead in the eye, my throat tightening around these next words as heat burned a line up the back of my neck. And I want you to be my dad again. And you, my brother. I jerked my chin at Fox as his eyes widened too. I want the happy family we're owed. I want our day in the goddamn sun to come again, and I want to stay basking in it for the rest of our lives because fuck letting the world take it from us. I want today to be the first day of countless days where we're just fucking good. Yeah, son. Let's start over. Luther said with emotion in his voice, drawing me against his chest, and I melted like a fucking snowman in the sun against him. I'd wanted to get Ryder back for the prank he'd pull on me by falling out of his locker and pretending I was dead. I paid a Medusa guy $50 to let his snake hair bite the shit out of me, then lock me in here with the antivenom in my pocket. Emotion was burning a hole in my chest, and panic ripped down the center of me from what I'd heard. Ryder was walking himself to his death, and I needed to get control of my limbs, chase after them, and stop him. I'd tie him up in the trunk of my car and drive anywhere, making random decisions so fate couldn't catch us. Hold on, Scar. The venom was taking too long to wear off, and I groaned in my throat as I tried to call out for someone to help me. The fake blood on my shirt was starting to dry, and I cursed as I slowly got the movement back in my tongue and my lips. Help! I groaned, trying to make my mouth work properly as I heard someone walk into the locker room. Help me! Hello? Eugene Dipper squeaked in fear. Hee I said in what came out as a creepy-ass voice which echoed around the locker. Who's there? He gasped in fright. I forced out. I am brave, I am strong, I am a daring underdog, Eugene murmured under his breath. Don't run, face your fears head on, become a true fae. The lock door yanked open, and he screamed like a schoolgirl as I tumbled out on top of him, crushing him to the floor, my face pressing to his. Help me, I begged as he struggled to push me off him, but finally managed to roll me onto my front. Oh, my stars, did someone stab you? He gasped. No, I slurred. Medusa, check my pocket. He inched closer, bending down and rummaging around, pushing his fingers into my shirt pocket. Not that one, I mumbled. Eugene started patting me down, moving his fingers into my back jeans pocket. Not that one, I repeated, and he went for the left pocket next. Not that one. I snarled, and he shoved me over to check my front pockets. Not that one. I hissed as he went for the right pocket first. Not that one. I snarled as he tried that tiny, nothing random jeans pocket within a pocket that no one ever used for anything. What the fuck was he thinking?